What's up, everyone? I'm Tamara, and welcome back. Today, we're going to focus on the fearful avoidant attachment style, aka disorganized attachment. And if you're dating someone or married to somebody, or you are this person, you probably are wondering what the heck is going on with this person. Well, we're going to dive deep because we got to figure this out. There is no way that you can be a couple with somebody and you don't understand their attachment style. This is imperative. So we're going to get in real deep with this type today, because if you don't understand who you are dealing with, if you don't understand their attachment style, you're going to be in trouble in relationship world. This is a very colorful person because they're giving a lot of mixed signals potentially, especially when they're under duress or stress or they haven't figured you out yet. They are skating in two different worlds simultaneously, and they will switch hats on you and you won't know why they're switching hats. I trust you, now I don't trust you. I feel nervous, now I feel very guarded and pulled away. They go back and forth like a seesaw. And if you're like me, the titles of these really get in the way. So put the title aside and just think seesaw. You're going from one side to the other. You're going up, you're going back down. You're going up, down. This is a very confusing person potentially to be with. And we're not talking about personality disorders. We're talking about your everyday average person. So this is something that can be fixed. It can be fixed, y'all. It's not like a personality disorder where it's extremely difficult. But if you have this disorganized, fearful avoidant, because you're fearful one moment and then you're avoiding the person the next. So fearful, you're coming too close, you're anxious, you're afraid they're going to leave you, you are clingy, you want to be near them. And then you go to the complete opposite where it's like, let me avoid you. Let me push away from you. Let me stay away from you. This is your control state. Like, I'm in charge because I'm not going to let you get me. I'm not going to come close to you for you to hurt me. I'm going to step away from you so that I can make sure that you don't hurt me. And I'm going to pull away. I'm going to take away my feelings for you. I am in total control. So you're going back and forth. And this is a very confusing state. If this is your attachment style, it feels terrible because because you're switching back and forth like that, you're in too much of a control state too much of the time instead of just freeing yourself up and just letting yourself be. Just be who you are. No, you are in heightened awareness mode, because when you go to that anxious side, that I'm afraid you're going to leave me, I'm being very aware of my personality style, I'm being very aware of what I'm doing, how I'm acting, how I'm feeling. This person, your love interest, is walking into the room, and now you're feeling like you're falling in love with this person, or you're feeling like you're getting really attached to this person, and it feels kind of scary. So you've gone from just kind of, hey, we're just chilling, to, oh my gosh, like something is happening, something is shifting. What is going on? I'm starting to fall really hard for this person. So now I'm not being my playful self. I want to be my playful self, but I don't know how to be my playful self. Who am I now? I have no idea, but I know when he or she leaves the room, I want to follow them around like a puppy dog. Like, we're at work and now you're starting to go back to work and I'm not finished yet. I need more of the conversation. I don't want you. I feel like something is not quite complete yet. Like, I haven't quite gotten everything that I needed to get out of you, and you're leaving the room, and I don't like that. Because are you going to come back? Are you going to still like me when you come back? Was I entertaining enough? Was I friendly enough? Was I playful enough? Was I looking sad because I'm worried about this whole thing not working? It is your anxious state. And when you're anxious, you feel very out of control. You feel very roller coasterish. You feel like I don't have a map to follow. I don't know where this is going. And so if you're with somebody with this attachment style, then you might sense that. But they're afraid that if you know how crazy I'm feeling right now, you might not like me anymore. And I can't let that happen. So what do? I have no idea. It's a ball of confusion. If you let me, I will just cling to you. Can we just hug for 100 years? Can you kiss me endlessly? Can I sit in your lap? Can we hug? Can I be all over you in this moment? Like, it's really a state of needing reassurance. So if you have somebody that oscillates and you're like, which person am I dealing with now? Give them some reassurance. That is what they're needing. Letting them know, hey, you're okay. I think you're amazing. You're wonderful. I like how you act. I like this piece of your personality. Or you're giving them, hey, I'm going to call you tonight at 5. Or let's make a date for Saturday at 6 p.m. Or if you say, I'm going to call you back in a few minutes, I got to go talk to the yard man, make sure you call them back in, you know, within somewhere near that time frame, because that calms down that anxious energy. And when this person that you're dating, that you're married to, that you're getting to know, that you are in a committed relationship, whatever it is, when they start getting too anxious, they're gonna start shifting over to the avoidant side. Why? Because now I need to feel in control. I don't like feeling out of control. So now I'm gonna pull back. It's a push pull seesaw that's happening. So now I don't know if I even like you anymore. I don't even know if I want to be around you anymore. I'm going to get some distance because I need to feel in control again, because I feel out of control and I don't like that feeling, and I want to call the shots, and I want to be the one in charge, and I want to be the one that knows what's happening in this relationship because I'm feeling all over the place. Meanwhile, you might be feeling like I'm not all over the place at all if you're dating this person. Like, I thought everything was going okay. Like, I'm cool, calm, and collect. What are you doing now? This is where playing games can start to come into play. And everybody says, I don't want to play games in a relationship. Well, a person who has a fearful avoidant attachment style, or they're disorganized, this is where they start playing these games with you, where it's like, I'm going to pull away. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to let you call me first. I'm going to let you text me first. I'm going to wait 3 hours before I respond to your text because the anxious me was responding right away. I'm not responding. I'm going to make you wait all day. I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm not going to talk to you all day on Friday because you tripped me into that anxious style where I was feeling fearful, the fearful side. And I don't want to feel fearful anymore. I want you to feel fearful so that I can feel in control now. You see? And so then they start playing these games like, I don't want to be near you. And that pull away state is a way for them to try to get some equilibrium, for them to feel okay again, for them to feel like, I'm not going to let you hurt me. Before I let you hurt me, I'm going to dust myself off and I'm going to get into my control state, and I'm going to prepare myself for a breakup. I'm going to prepare myself for not being in a relationship with you anymore. And it might not go to that extreme, but it's like they're gearing up. They're gearing up to feel okay. They're gearing up to be in control of whatever it is that you are planning to do, because maybe they feel you pulling away. Maybe they don't feel as connected to you as they want to feel. Maybe they feel like a fool because of their anxious side. I feel so stupid now. Why was I acting that way? I can't be acting clingy and doing all that stuff. So I'm trying to get back into control. I'm trying to like pull all the way back so that I feel like I can drive this ship again. So when they're in that state, they may be cold, they may be reserved, they may be leaving you wanting, where you're like, I need more from you. Like, where did you go? What's happening here? But then if you shift into what they feel is uninterest or not interested enough or not enough hugs or not spending enough time, then they can go back into freak out mode. Like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Now they're not interested in me. I need to come closer. Not I need to come closer. I can't help myself. I'm going back into crazy state. So if you have a disorganized or fearful avoidant, these names get in my way. They really do. They could be titled something else as well, but fearful avoidant, this is a seesaw one, then it's scary. It's super duper scary when you have this attachment style. And part of what probably happened was your parental figures, you had to gauge them. You didn't know what was coming necessarily. You didn't know what was happening next. This parent, your parent, could have been very loving one moment and then screaming and yelling at you the next. You had to kind of walk on eggshells. You didn't know whether you were going to get the love or you were going to be in trouble. You couldn't quite follow them. Sometimes they were very, hey, let's play. And then the next thing you didn't fold your pants the right way. Like literally. It could be as simple as that. And then you're getting screamed at. Or their relationship is that they're in with their spouse or their boyfriend or your father or your mother is unstable and unpredictable. So they feel very up and down. And so that impacts how they interact with you because they don't even know what's happening from one moment to the next. Their spouse or their boyfriend is here or not there, or they're single and they're dating men who they can't or women that they can't quite build a good solid connection with. So you feel their moods. They're depressed one minute, they're happy the next. And so this person, they kind of are splitting in a way, black and white thinking, left to right. They're doing that because there's a piece of them that didn't get complete stability. Or let's say they have parents where one parent is super stable, super reliable, super calm, and then they have another parent that's all over the place that they can't follow. Maybe the parent is hyperactive and all over the place. So there's something that helped them to create this style of relating to people. The fun part is that you're going to get somebody interesting and colorful and insightful, and it's not always going to just be this same old, same old. So it keeps things really interesting and fun and entertaining. And, this person is probably going to put a lot more effort into maybe trying to make you feel safe or you feel special or you feel entertained. You will get a variety with this person. So if you like variety, you might like a disorganized attachment person. So they're probably not going to be boring unless they kick too far into that avoidant style. That's what could happen when you guys break up and you get back together. Now they're confused. So now they're feeling super anxious inside, and then outwardly they're being their avoidant pull back side where I'm not sharing my feelings with you anymore. I'm not telling you what's really happening. I'm not telling you how scared I am. I'm not talking to you about, hey, why'd you leave me? Because that leaving me was a trigger for the anxious side. So now you're like, oh, you're so boring. You're so dull. forgetting that this person is actually really colorful and fun. I'm trying to help somebody here. I'm trying to help somebody here, whether you're dating the person or this is you who I am describing to the T. Let me know in the comment section what questions you have for me, because I want to make sure that I'm helping you. So this person needs to work on a balance. They need to work on feeling okay. I am liked for who I am, trusting that I am who I am, and I can trust, I'm a fallible human being. I am a human being with good points, bad points. Most people can handle me and all of my flaws. So this type is going to go into very scary states, but then they're going to go into very cold states as well. So it could be very confusing for the receiver, but this person is internally confused. They're not crazy. These are fixable things. These are fixable, but they need reassurance. They need, when they go into that avoidant cold state, like, you pissed me off, so I'm not talking to you. They could go into stonewalling. Don't be afraid to step into that person's world a little bit and give them what they need in that state. Be the first one to say, hey, basically, let's talk about it. Let's make up. Let's go there. Let's figure this thing out. What's bothering you? It's okay. It's safe to talk to me. Of course, you want them to talk to you with respect. You don't want them to be disrespectful, but don't be afraid to make the first step, because this person needs help getting out of the state that they're in. So in case I've confused you, I've got some notes that I wrote just to make sure that I'm clear, because what's aggravating to me about learning about these attachment styles, which you need to learn like you learn the love languages, is the titles, that all of that just gets in my way. But I don't want to confuse you. So individuals with fearful avoidant attachment style, also known as disorganized attachment, have a negative view of both themselves and others. They often struggle with conflicting desires for closeness and distance, resulting in fear and ambivalence. It's characterized by inconsistent and unpredictable behavior, often resulting from traumatic experiences or unresolved trauma. Individuals with disorganized attachment may exhibit a mix of avoidant and anxious behaviors. Fearful avoidant attachment, also known as disorganized attachment, these individuals have conflicting desires for closeness and distance. It's confusing for them. Get away from me. Come close. They may desire intimacy, but also fear it at the same time. They may have a tendency to push their partners away when things get too close or too intense. They may struggle with trust and have difficulty forming secure attachments. Imagine watching a horror movie and simultaneously wanting to hide under the covers and peek through your fingers. That's the fearful avoidant attachment style in a nutshell. They crave connection, but they also fear getting too close. It's like a roller coaster ride of emotions with unexpected twists and turns. So here are some dating tips. Disorganized attachment person. Seek therapy or counseling to address past traumas or unresolved issues. Practice self-reflection and self-awareness in relationships. Establish boundaries and communicate your needs clearly. And build a support system to help navigate challenges in the relationship. And see, the key, establish boundaries and communicate your needs clearly. They're afraid of that because they're afraid that you're going to leave them, or that they're going to scare you away, or that they will feel too vulnerable, but they need to do that. So if you have a disorganized attachment partner, then you're going to want to encourage them to seek therapy or counseling to address unresolved traumas. Be patient and understanding of their fluctuations in behavior and emotions. Establish clear boundaries and communicate your needs openly. And offer support and understanding as they work through their past experiences, which could bring you two closer together. Don't be afraid to offer this person support and understanding. That's what they need. If you want to calm this person down from seesawing all over the place, you've got to give them built-in security. You've got to secure them by giving them the support, giving them the hugs, telling them when things are going to happen. Like, I'll be home today after 6. I got, giving them a call or a text saying, hey, I got to work late, keeping them in the loop. With this person, you don't want to be like just letting them guess at things. You want to build security because that's how you quiet that seesaw and you dip into security. More than likely, this person probably also has a secure attachment style at times. This is not somebody with a personality disorder. If this person is too tantrumy or raging or breaking dishes, you're probably dealing with somebody that you can't help very much. It's not worth your time. But if you try a few tactics and you notice, okay, that calms them down, they're okay again, or I can rationalize with them and I can just give them a little bit. This is an attachment style that you can play a big role in helping. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you're having difficulty in your relationships, then check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. If you're dealing with a personality disorder like a narcissist, check out my book, The Workplace NaRCISSiST. All things narcissism are in that book because this ain't what we're talking about today. And if you know Myers-Briggs and you want to learn about all 16 types and have a chapter for each, check out my book, From ENFJ with Love. And I will see you wonderful, amazing people on the next video.